While some quarterbacks rack up stats or chase wins, once in a blue moon, a rare one reshapes the heart of an entire franchise. Dak Prescott is the heart and soul of the Dallas Cowboys. He's not just throwing touchdowns, he's lifting a team through grief and inspiring a city that lives and breathes football. But this isn't just a football story, it's about leadership, adversity, brotherhood.
Yeah, it's not really weight, it's something that I embrace, something that I love. And every time I get to talking about leadership, no matter if I'm with the team or I'm doing an event or whatever it is, leadership to me starts with the relationship that you have with the guys that you're leading. And as simple as just getting to know them as people, as human beings, rather than getting to know them as number 82.
A man who lost both his mother and his brother, and somehow turned that pain into purpose. The story began in 2016 when a fourth-round pick out of Mississippi State found himself in one of the most pressure-packed jobs in all of sports. The Dallas Cowboys were more than a football team. With 5 Super Bowl championships and a fan base that spans generations, they were a national institution. But the Dallas faithful hadn't seen glory since 1995, and they were running out of patience. At just 22, Dak stepped into Tony Romo's shoes, one of the toughest acts to follow in Dallas history. It should have been overwhelming, but from game one, Dak showed a calm, commanding presence that caught everyone off guard. But even more impressive than the calm confidence he showed from the get-go was his performance. How did this young talent overcome adversity to lead the Cowboys to a 13-3 record, take home the NFC East crown, and shatter the rookie passing records? You see, from the moment he stepped on the field, Dak Prescott made it clear he wasn't just filling in, he was leading, and his teammates felt it immediately. Listen to teammate Jason Witten here.
Well, he communicates. A lot of times when young players, my experience, when they get in these situations, they panic and overreact or make quick decisions. And for him, it seems like he's pretty calm. Communicates, goes with it, everybody's on the same page. And so
many teammates talked about his work ethic and how he was always the first in and the last to leave. But that leadership wasn't just talk, it fueled results. After a tough loss in week 1, Dak led the team to an 11-game winning streak, matching a franchise record. In a tough week 6 matchup against Green Bay, he went into Lambeau Field and threw 3 touchdowns as he led Dallas to a 30-16 victory. By now, Cowboys fans are already debating who should keep the starring role, the legend Tony Romo or the new superstar. But in all these, Dak remained calm. He didn't make it about himself. He was just prepared to serve whenever he was called upon. And that humility helped him win over the locker room as well as the fan base. And he rewarded their trust in him with not only results on the field, but a belief that they could go all the way no matter what. With every comeback, every calm response to controversy, every clutch throw late in games, Dak Prescott was showing he belonged. But what shaped him to be the man he is? Well, a huge part of it is adversity, and it started when he came into the world. Dak Prescott grew up in a small 3-bedroom trailer in Houghton, Louisiana, raised by his mother, Peggy Prescott. She was a single mother and carried the weight of the family on her shoulders without complaints. Peggy worked long hours managing a truck stop diner and often picked up extra shifts at a nearby convenience store just to keep the lights on. Yet she still made time to show up for her boys at training and would occasionally have her boys' friends at her place when they needed a place to crash. In 2012, Dak's mom, Peggy, was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Even as her health declined, she arranged chemo around his games, cheering from a wheelchair when she had to. So when she passed away in November 2013, it shattered Dak. Weeks later, he earned MVP honors at the Liberty Bowl, and Dak made sure to honor her. Till this day, he still honors her every chance he gets. But that was not the end of his adversity. In 2020, Dak's older brother Jace took his own life, leaving Dak so devastated it was a battle for him to escape depression. Fortunately, he got out of it and used all the adversity as fuel to achieve his goals. But then again, that same year, he suffered one of the worst injuries of his career, a brutal ankle fracture while playing against the Giants. Still, from his hospital bed, he remained positive.
This little adversity is just going to be another chapter in the book. I'm healthy, I'm getting close, but I'll be ready when it matters.
There's no doubt that when I need to be successful, when I need to do the things that it takes to be on the field, I'll do exactly that, and the timing will be right.
So when he came back in 2021, he returned with enough fireworks to light up the league. Over 4,400 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and a statement that he wasn't going anywhere. Through every personal loss, through every setback, Dak didn't just push forward, he led. With his mother's resilience, his brother's memory, and his own unshakable will. But another impressive thing about Dak's story is how these adversities have shaped how he inspires the locker room and the culture in Dallas. As a team, the Dallas Cowboys have always been under the spotlight, but Dak made that pressure feel more like purpose. Before Dak, players practiced and left. Now they stay, talking, laughing, bonding. He didn't just change routines, he changed the vibe. Dak always found ways to bring the team closer without ever making it about himself. Whether it's giving Cooper Beebe confidence tips or swapping stories about the rookie season with Ezekiel Elliott, Dak always found a way to connect with everyone. And that's why his teammates can't stop talking about him.
His leadership mentality, Dak, man, whenever I first got to Dallas at the start, that was the first person I seen in the locker room, and it was early in the morning, and, he's just hitting the tubs and everything. So that showed great leadership on his part.
What happens when things go wrong? Dak always takes the heat. After a tough blowout loss to the Lions in 2024, Dak stood in front of the media and said, "We've got to look in the mirror and figure out how to be better." That's part of the intangibles that he brings to the Cowboys locker room. He never points fingers, and even on the rare occasion that he does, he's pointing inward. But it's beyond the locker room, because with Dak, the goal is to inspire a cultural shift in Dallas. So off the field, Prescott brings teammates together for his annual pre-camp trips, like the 2024 Nike Campus Getaway in Oregon. Such meetings were often a mix of football drills with lakeside conversations. You see, Dak's motto is simple: you play harder for a brother than a coworker. And under his leadership, that's exactly what the Cowboys have become, a brotherhood. So how has it all translated on the field? In Week 2 of 2020 against Atlanta, the Dallas Cowboys fell behind 39-24 in the fourth quarter. At that point, most fans thought it was over. The offensive line was in shambles, both starting tackles were out, and the clock was running out fast. But Dak didn't flinch. He led a furious comeback, throwing for 450 yards and 4 touchdowns, including this beauty. In the end, the Cowboys walked off with a 40-39 win, and Dak Prescott ended the game as the first player ever to throw for over 400 yards and rush for 3 touchdowns in a single game. He also tied Tony Romo for the most 400-yard passing games in franchise history that day, but he was just getting started. Also in his first 3 seasons with the team, Dak led 14 game-winning drives, the most by any quarterback in that span. Even when hurt, he doesn't back down. In 2019, with a sprained shoulder, he took the field against the Rams and still threw for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Cowboys ended up winning that game 44-21. And then there is 2021 after he returned from the ankle injury. He went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady and the defending champs in Week 1, throwing for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. And although the Cowboys lost the game, Dak proved he was all the way back. It's simple, really. Dak Prescott doesn't panic in crunch time, but rather he leads. And time again, the Cowboys follow. But at the age of 31 and still with no Super Bowl ring, what does the future hold for Dak? Dak Prescott didn't just step in for Tony Romo. He stepped into one of the most pressure-filled roles in sports and made it his own. He didn't try to be the next Romo or the next Troy Aikman. Instead, he brought his own brand of leadership to the Dallas Cowboys, one grounded in humility, consistency, and heart. Since 2016, Dak has led the team to 5 playoff appearances, including the unforgettable 13-3 rookie season that brought the franchise back to life. He's thrown for over 31,000 yards and 213 touchdowns. But numbers only tell part of the story. What really sets him apart is how he's handled the constant attention and scrutiny that comes with wearing the star. He's the calming force in a franchise that's always in the spotlight. When things get chaotic, Dak stays steady. He connects with teammates not just as a leader, but as a brother. In 2022, he received the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, joining Cowboys greats like Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. That honor wasn't about football, it was about his impact off the field. And Dak does this through his Faith Fight Finish Foundation. Whether mentoring kids, speaking out about mental health, or keeping his mother's legacy alive, Dak shows what it means to lead beyond the game. And while he's still chasing that Super Bowl ring, he's managed to build something just as meaningful. He's changed the culture. He's made the Cowboys a tighter, tougher, more united team. And at this point, it's only a matter of time before they win the championship. So from his early days defying the odds to leading through grief, injury, and pressure, Dak Prescott has really transformed America's team from the inside out. He leads with heart and backs it up with great skill, athleticism, and IQ when the game is on the line. What's your favorite Dak Prescott leadership moment? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more powerful NFL stories. And if you enjoyed this video, then watch the complete Super Bowl story next.